yeah, last day we ended up here. I just have a play blast and put it here on Sync Sketch. This is where what we have, and yeah, we ended up here with the our character yeah, starting to roll spin here. So yeah, I just put it here in case I wanted to do some annotations, but yeah, for now we just can keep going, do a few more poses to get a full pass blocking. Yeah, so okay, yeah, my picker, camera here, reference. I said the yeah, I didn't remember and just put the opacity here, full opacity. Yeah, I didn't remember it's here where you can change this. We can say transparency or not transparency. I think it's better like that. We can see better. Okay. So yeah, this pose. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to, the camera is not locked. I always forget and then I move the camera. So okay, I'm gonna have a, yeah, I also have the reference in the other screen in Sync Sketch, because sometimes I can see it better, or also to scroll there. So that's, let me recap. Yeah, that's here. Cool. And the pose we did is, I think, yeah, we were on this pose. So now we are gonna go to this one. Okay. She's in our Maya file is here, around here. Yeah, when he kind of rolls and the foot, it's hard to see sometimes, but the left foot is touching the ground and he's kind of leaning on his elbow. So let's go try to do this. Here's in here. Okay. I'm gonna move the graph editor to the side for now because I don't think we need it for now. And yeah, let me do something else too. Now, yeah, I'm gonna mute the camera because I think maybe it's easier. Mute selected. Okay. I'm getting closer using the pan tool. Okay. So yeah, I think we were using this control. Yeah, this part is the most kind of crazy because of all the twists and stuff. Yeah, so here it should go this way. Yeah, I'm keeping still all the limbs on IK. I think I can do it on IK for now. I'm gonna hide the reference in the perspective better. Okay. Gonna push the other leg. Yeah, rotating this way. It's hard to kind of difficult to see the pose there, but we can figure it out and decide what can work. If any of you have the chance to start a shot, this kind of shot, or did you do some practice? busy with your own work?
Yeah, I'm not doing exactly this. I'm doing
Mhm.
a basketball dunk.
Oh, okay,
Uh, yeah, but I'm using your workflow, like
cool.
taking a primitive and having that as the previous.
Mhm. Yes, so you
Um,
still you're doing mechanics, and also so you have a basket. What did you say? Basketball. What is the word? Could you say it for
a
the?
basketball dunk.
That's it. Yeah, I
The,
don't know. It's a specific movement. Or yeah, I'm not familiar, but
yeah, if you know, like
I can't.
when
Yeah,
the
maybe so.
player is running with the ball
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of hangs on
Okay.
the, I forgot the word.
And
I'm blanking.
that's it's like, yeah, I was thinking, is he throwing the ball, or the ball pretty much is like on his hand and wouldn't move? Because I was thinking, oh, maybe you need to do
Yeah,
also
he's
something with.
bouncing. No, he's
Oh,
bouncing the
so
ball all the
okay,
time.
so okay, cool. Sounds fun too.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, more than I thought it would be.
Hmm.
But I guess that's how you learn. Uh,
Yeah, I think most of the times it also happens to me. It usually is harder than I think before. Sometimes maybe not, but yeah, most of the times is a little bit harder than anticipated. Yeah, I think.
yeah,
I know sadly that's how you learn. So someone today at work was sharing a video from an artist, and well, about practice and stuff, and also this artist was saying, well, if like it's about the, well, for sure the practice, but it's like if things are easy, like when you are working, it's like you are maybe not learning as much, so it's kind of like it's a bit difficult, he was saying as well. Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. If it is too easy,
yeah.
yeah, maybe it's
I
because you
have,
already know.
yeah, like I have heard some people that is like really experienced on the
Mm.
job, just decide to try new workflows,
Yeah.
just for the sake of learning, because they
Mhm.
already know how to do something, so they try to do it in a different way.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's always good, yeah, or try tools, because I mean, so, well, if you have a workflow that works for you already, but I think, yeah, it's good to try, yeah, new approaches and see, yeah, and see what works best. And yeah, for example, for me, sometimes it also depends which shots, which kind of shots maybe I animate in a different way, or yeah. Okay, yes, for now I'm trying to get kind of the what's happening here. I'm gonna also yeah, hide the manipulators. Yeah, let's try. Okay, yeah, the body should be around there. For now, just kind of trying to, maybe he could move slightly more. Yeah, translate a bit more that way, I think. Yes, he rolls. Yeah, also, yeah, okay, our, yeah, looking at the previous that I forgot for a little bit. Yeah, it's there, but yeah, it's still ahead of him on this frame. So yeah, actually, yeah, I'm looking now at the reference, and he's the head pretty much aligned with the window, and okay, that's a good actually to see. And then when he spins, yeah, that's a good, because the camera as it's moving sometimes it's hard, but yeah, if we take the reference, the window, how much he moves, it's, yeah, it's almost like the size of the window when he rolls. So here his 61 is there. Yeah, maybe he could move it even a little bit more. Yeah, okay, I think translate in. Yeah, so maybe there. Okay, yeah, maybe for this it could be better switch to F. No, but I was thinking, yeah, switch to FK, but then again, it's gonna be a lot of switch back and forth. So I think I prefer to stick to IK legs for now. Okay, yeah, let's maybe the chest area, I can, yeah, pose it now, like, because he's Okay, he's kind of, yeah, the chest a little bit up like that, and he's, maybe I can also translate a little bit like that. Maybe rotate it slightly like that, and the head, yeah, looks like he's looking screen left, maybe where he's gonna, so he's putting the hand, yeah, kind of he's, yeah, kind of looking, I guess he's looking to the platform, to the surface there. Let's see how, yeah, the neck there looks a little bit broken. I think it needs to be more rotated forward. Yeah, look like, yeah, and I'm normally I don't animate, like I like the head to be in wall space, but for this kind of shot, which is like he's moving so much, I think it's better that it follows the body, because otherwise it will get stuck, so for this kind of shot, right, when you move the chest and the head goes with it, yeah, for like when I don't animate these kind of shots with like so much body mechanics, more like when the character is more still, I normally keep the head on wall space, because that's how, if we are looking at a point, normally the body moves but the head kind of stays a little bit in place. So but yeah, for this shot, yeah, I think this is the best way, and just counter animate, would say. I mean, and pose it as we feel is good. Okay, also I think the shoulders I haven't animate here, and I think we need to animate this shoulder, yeah, this one, yeah, because he's probably, yeah, putting it up there a little bit, and then still this hand. So yeah, I want to show, yeah, the shape of the arm there, so that we can see the elbow, so we kind of understand this ball vector. Maybe I can eventually also use this. Okay, I'm gonna also, yeah, I see that this control I haven't used it, the elbow pin, and I don't have any keys, so I'm gonna add it also now to my here selection set as selection, because I think I might animate it here. So then I'm gonna just key it in the frames before as well, at least those ones. And now maybe if I decide, to key, then the previous frames is 0. So because maybe for this pose, it's might be useful. I'm gonna do a combination of the ball vector and that one. That one can be useful there. I think that control. Okay, now the other arm. Yeah, this pose is all this part is kind of hard, difficult to pose, but okay, let's maybe something like that. And I think also the shoulder. Yeah, let's do this. You push the shoulder up, and this. Actually, I think now I want the manipulators. Yeah, maybe I can come here to the camera a little bit and see. So I'm gonna move that reference. Yeah, so that maybe it's closer to him, so we can see that a bit better. And yeah, just zoom in there, because as this is a wide shot. Okay. Yeah, I want to try to see how here. Yeah, what is this? Maybe I can open this tool to draw a big pen. Yeah, let me open this tool. Okay, I think it's on this side. Okay, this see, like this I don't know if I got, well, like this line, well, kind of line of action, the shoulder line arm. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do this line, like, yeah, this this thing. Well, the drawing is not great, but yeah, I see you. Yeah, like this rhythm there, because right now it is kind of broken. So yeah, I'm gonna move the arm ups, and I need to, yeah, just disable the tool. Okay, yeah, let's try to get that pose, that flow there a little bit better. Maybe I can exaggerate the other shoulder as well a bit more, this one, and let's see if we rotate this. Actually, we could, we could translate it if we think we need, and maybe the other shoulder can push it back a bit. I think I like that we don't see much of his neck. It's kind of a little bit buried. I don't know if I can get that. Maybe for that I need to translate the head. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I like that we don't see as much neck. Okay, this arm maybe a little bit higher, and I think if I, okay, yeah, because I'm using IK, so I need to move the hand a bit more up. The other hand here, I'm gonna pose it because right now it's kind of, yeah, it's like I have just the fingers very flat. Can do, let me see if I can see anything. Then, okay, yeah, after this pose, yeah, it's good to see. I understand that the hand is gonna be flat on the floor. So yeah, I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna start, yeah, trying to get to that pose. So maybe we can, yeah, do something like this with the fingers slightly, yeah, not like a fist, but not also as flat as they are. So something, yeah, they can be a little bit curled like that. And then the thumbs are always, I find like thumbs are the hardest to pose, especially, well, this is, it's almost like a kind of toy or like a puppet, but yeah, I think because it's just because the rest of the fingers, they kind of follow the same line, but then the thumb, it has like different range of movement. So you definitely also, when I'm posing hands, I look at references, drawings, or my hands, or it's hard to guess. Okay, and then the legs, let's see how we can make them a bit more clear. And also the hips, now I see that they are, yeah, I think the leg, yeah, maybe just let's translate this should be the control. Yeah, I'm gonna just translate the kind of the pelvis area there. I think this could work, or something like that. Maybe we can rotate it a little bit like this. And then let's go back and forth. Yeah, okay, let me decide. Well, in the reference, I think the arm is above and the leg is below. Yeah, let's try. I'm gonna try to just stick the leg out there, like under the arm on the pose. Then maybe I can move the head down a bit. But yeah, that leg, right leg. Okay, let's stick out there.
Question.
Yep.
Do you prefer to animate the torso using IK or FK?
Normally, I tend to use FK in more, natural, or yeah, in I don't know, if if I am animating a walk, or like, yeah, the character is just moving a little bit around. There is no like these crazy things. I normally use FK for the chest. You were asking, like the upper body, or it was that, right?
Yes, for the upper body.
Yeah, normally I use normally the rotations, but for this kind of pose, which is so, kind of tricky to do, right? And that's why I'm using also the translate. But yeah, if it is not such a complicated action, I probably use mostly use FK, and then I tend to use IK to add like a kind of like a layer of squash and stretch, like to exaggerate the poses. Then I might add the kind of translation Y on the chest to create like a squash and stretch thing with the pose within the pose. But yeah, I tell you normally. Not as much as I'm doing here. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can push the leg.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And also the head, I normally just rotate it or like, but yeah, just to get the pose here, I think we can use everything. Maybe something like that. Maybe a little bit higher. I'm gonna just grab. Yeah, I'm also cheating with the hip, this control up here, because also we don't see it there, right? So just to have the most clear pose that I think we can. I'm right. Also maybe we wouldn't need to move this, but I think if I don't use that and I only move the foot, maybe it doesn't work as well, just because the knee part would be maybe lower. So I'm just trying to. Okay, I think something like this could work. I'm gonna just pose the fingers a bit and go to the next pose, because as we were doing the other day. Also, I'm gonna save my scene just in case. I'm gonna pose those fingers on this hand up here, and let's go to the next pose, because it's good to see what comes after and to have them working here. Maybe we can also. Sorry, the thumbs are kind of tricky. I'm gonna kind of curl the fingers a bit, just to have more a natural hand there. Okay, let's leave. I'm gonna keep all the controls of the blocking here. Go to the next pose that I would animate here, which so we are on 67. I think let's go here. 67. Wait, we was this one, and then I wrote down this one. But I think let's go to the next one. Let's skip and go to this. So we did this one. Now let's go to this as the foot contacts, and that the right hand also contact the floor. Let's go to that one now. This one. Okay, that's okay. So that's here, right? I know actually. Okay, actually there, that right hand is not touching the ground yet. It's just the foot, but let's do that one. The hand goes. Oh I thought it would touch. No, it's just the foot. But let's do this one now. So now he's kind of starting to be like on force, like if we're animating pretty much like an animal. So body goes a little bit up and finish that roll. So okay, let's see how. Maybe I'm gonna just move also this foot to the floor to have an idea where it could be. Then we can adjust it. Maybe it's a bit too much, so I'd move it. And now I have all this, kind of gimbal with the axis. Let me use the Animbot tool and see if it can make it a bit better for me. Rotate order here, and I will choose best. With so many spins. Okay, actually that's better. So cool. And now when I just move the body and try to Yes, start to make it a bit cleaner. Or let's see what. Okay, yeah, it's kind of looks like he's. Yeah, if we come here. Yeah, like he's over this knee, and then the other foot lands, right? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, spins. The other foot lands, and yeah, again, the hand, this arm that is touching the ground is his. The weight is kind of yes, is there. He's okay. So yeah, now let's do this. Yeah, I might need to tweak that leg too. Now that I look at it. Yeah, it's hard to see there. No, actually, maybe no. I think it's not on his knee. Yeah, that's the shoe. It's so hard. I think he has something like a bag or something hanging on the like on a belt. Okay, yeah, the foot is is still in front of him there. But yeah, maybe on his knee. Well, let's try to make something that makes sense. Yeah, so this part needs to be. Let's come a bit closer. Yeah, I might need to use the an input also for this. Yeah, this is okay, something like that. I'm just trying to make this a bit clear. Maybe now what I will do now is reset this control because let's just zero everything. Okay, yeah, at least and now I will, and also the kind of the pelvis. Yeah, okay, so I think just to understand what's going on here. Okay, yeah, it's like he kind of is on force, but we see the silhouette. So this kind of here again we see this kind of C shape here. So we want to show the spine. It's not frontal to camera. There's a little bit of 3/4 or side view there. Okay, and definitely the arm might need to tweak it because now what I see maybe the body is too high too because and probably I also need to also want to reset the shoulder because I push it up and now let's push put the shoulder down. The right leg also the right leg I'm gonna push it that way. Yeah, a little bit like that. The knee. I'm gonna delete that little line there. Yeah, maybe you know this little tool. It's not from Maya. I don't normally use the what is called actually the grease pencil of those things. This is just a Epic Pen. It's like a free little app, and you can use to draw on your screen. It's handy. I don't use it too often, but yeah, I think for this it's good. It's like a marker instead of painting on your screen. But some people used to do that. Maybe still some people do, but just a digital one. Okay. And we need to bend him. So maybe I move him up too much, or what I can now is just shape the spine, like rotate. Yeah, to create this spine shape that I was saying, like a C shape. Maybe I can use the control. I think it's this one that I was using. No, it's not this one. It's this. It should be key. Is it? Let me go to my. Okay, so I think I haven't used it yet. I was. Yeah, I mentioned that there is a control here that I can use to. No, it's not this one. Yeah, to shape the spine. I mean, there are all these ones, but I decided that the one that I could work, I think is this. No, it's not. Maybe. Okay, maybe. No, I think it's here on advanced. There are so many that. Yeah. Okay. This is the one that I thought to use. Actually, it has some values. Let me reset and there are so many controls. yeah, you can try and see which ones you think are best. Yeah, there is a lot. So, but yeah, maybe actually the best now for this is still, yeah, we use the pelvis, and yeah, maybe just the pelvis. Maybe I also need to clean this control, the hip. Okay, now the other hand. Let's move it forward. And same, I don't normally animate hands in IK. Normally FK, but for this it's happening. So many things are happening that it's like ideally you would like to use FK, IK, anything, but in this case I decided I'm gonna stick to IK, because now again when he's touching, he's using the hands like if they were feet, right? Because he will be standing on, like pushing when pushing, like planting the hands there, same like if they are the feet. Okay, maybe the head now. I think, maybe I reset both, and push the head more. Also there is that pose there. I don't know what it is, that pull, and you cannot see his face very well. I'm gonna go. Okay, he's looking, I guess, where he's to the edge, probably to the edge of that platform, to see where he's gonna go next. So maybe something like this for the head. Still this arm. Let me go kind of scrolling here to see what's happening with the arm. Maybe I can move the arm a bit forward on the previous pose, because then here, well, actually I'm gonna just plant the hand, put it flat on here, like on this surface, and if we look at the poses, it's like his shoulder is here and the hand is kind of under the shoulder, pretty much. But definitely I want to have the arm more bent, but let's go one thing at a time. And now the fingers, these ones I'm gonna flatten them. I have them flat. Let's say that again. Okay, what else? Well, the other leg we will have to do something as well, but let me move the body a little bit lower. Because actually the body doesn't go very high, so maybe something like this. What I can do to get the like bent arm thing. Let me see if I use the shoulder. That maybe is too much. For example, now I think I'm gonna translate the chest down. Use rotation, but I think I get also a little bit of chest translation there. And now I think the spine shape and pelvis kind of looks pretty okay. Now let me see the legs. I'm gonna key all the whole pose. That leg definitely we need to tweak. So let me see what's happening with this arm on the perspective. Let me put this a bit on the side. Yeah, I think this hand, I mean, there in the camera looks pretty good, but I think maybe it's good to put it a little bit, yeah, like farther there. I wanna also see which pose we will do next yeah, and then I probably would do that arm again. Yeah, which pose we will do after this one, which, okay, 22, 79. Yeah, so we are on this one, 89 here. Yeah, I think this is 92. So what is this? Yeah, 92. I think I'm gonna do the one after. So we are doing this one. I also, yeah, annotated 92, but I'm gonna go to the next one, a little bit more change, which is when the both hands, yeah, pretty much both hands. Looks like the right one is not still touching, but it's like the contact. So from here, let's go to this, 89 to 97. Yeah, when the hands are grabbing the edge. So yeah, I'm gonna just go there, 97, 79. So here, I'm gonna set a key just to know, yeah, to make kind of the path and everything work. Yeah, so he needs to get, also if I need to scale or move this, I could, the platform, because it's just something I'm doing. I mean, if it's in a production, you probably cannot do it, but here we can maybe adjust the set if we need, but I think we're good because he's covering here and then he's moving forward. So I think the set is okay to do that action. So yeah, let's keep working on this one, 72. I'm just keeping an eye on this one and see, so what's happening here. Let's actually look at it. So yeah, okay. We're doing this one, yeah, foot is touching and then, yeah, he's moving forward and yeah, he's kind of, yeah, like on force. So on 70, 79. Yeah, the body goes up and hands contact the edge there. So yeah, after this we will move him forward and there is like a step with this hand. That hand kind of is like it's taking a step. But yeah, let's finish this one a bit more. So and yeah, also yeah, let me look at the foot because it's so the foot, the leg. Yeah, so from this pose to this pose, the legs are they are pretty much at the same spot. They don't really change. So yeah, it's like he's pushing on the legs. Okay, so yeah, this foot that is the one that is a bit confusing to me. Now let's do yeah, it's a bit confusing there. Then what I'm gonna do also, yeah, kind of trying to start posting also this one. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on both. Oh yeah, now again the gimbal on the foot. I'm gonna use again an inbot. Okay, cool. The knee. Yeah, normally I would work on a pose, but yeah, as here it's kind of confusing. I want to see, to make it work. I want to see the next pose, what's happening Yeah, this foot in this position, I will use the roll. Looks like it's also tilted to the side. Maybe I can rotate it this way. Okay. Here, so I want to see the knee, that knee there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming and always go scrolling frame pose to pose, from previous pose to the next pose, just to see how the movement is flowing. Yeah, that leg, yeah, I don't like it too much. Maybe let me use this control just to shape the leg there. On the right leg. Okay, and yeah, the elbow also, yeah, I'm kind of seeing different things. Yeah, the elbow, let's push it a bit more like that. And the, yeah, this maybe like that, the shoulder. The right hand, I think I'm gonna try to create a line, like more like a curve, like instead of being so, it's kind of very straight now. Maybe we can also cheat with the shoulder moving. Yeah, can move everything together. So I can, and then I move the whole arm like this. And yeah, I think I'm gonna choose this control as well here to shape the arm. Okay, I think, yeah, let's go to the next pose. I think this could be better, but let's keep moving to this one. Yeah, okay, so the next one is this 179 that I say. So now, yeah, he's moving forward towards the edge here, and yeah, he's still moving screen left, and he will be over his foot there. Yeah, this leg there, I don't like it too much. You know what? I think, yeah, it looks a little bit over. Maybe we can move the pelvis up a little bit as well. Yeah, I still, but I also want to keep the spine shape, like a seam shape. Yeah, this pose is not great. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, a bit higher maybe is better. And then if I need to cheat with that hip, I can do it. Yeah, so the feet is kind of crazy, but okay, well, yeah, let's go to the next one and then we can come back later. We need to make sure that yeah, I will just copy in the previous pose and go from here. Okay. Yeah, so here he's moving forward and screen forward and screen left, and also the body is going up. Yeah, pretty much like he's on force. You still might need to tweak those legs. Let's maybe go to camera view. Okay, yeah, it needs to be higher. A bit like that. I'm gonna put the arms in position where I think they could go, also just to figure this out. Okay, yes, so this hand will come forward here to the edge. Yeah, look like this is moving more than like this is bigger, the platform maybe. But yeah, let's see, we can make it work. I mean, otherwise I would say I could scale that and make it like a bit more narrow, but let's see. Also now, as I mute the camera, yeah, when the camera is moving, yeah, it's gonna look a bit different, like he's not moving as much. Okay, then the other hand, I think we can make it work with this set still. Okay, this hand will be pretty much coming here. Okay. Yeah, now I think I'm gonna move the body higher, and I probably gonna reset again the chest and the pelvis and make it cleaner. This and this. Oh, here. Okay. We also need to move him more screen left. And I'm gonna post those feet because they are also bothering me quite a lot. Okay, what's going on in here? This foot. Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, when I copy the post, I copied the previous post that maybe I didn't want to do, but let's do it again. Yeah, I think here I'm gonna use should I use the foot roll? Yeah, normally I use the foot roll when the foot is like that. Well, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, in this shot, because everything's happening so fast. I don't know, sometimes maybe it's easier to just use the rotations, but well, let's try here. Yeah, this is all the values here are kind of scary, but the important thing is that it looks good on the screen. So okay, this that knee now is all twisted, so let's move it here. Okay, yeah, now it's starting to look a bit better. Yes, doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna foot roll here, a smart roll, which is the one I like to use here. Okay, maybe because I've been animating these controls, which are these ones. Normally, yeah, like I think I animated when the leg was touching the ground just to have a bit more control. Normally, I don't, because I don't use them because you can maybe deform a bit too much or change the size of the limbs too much. But I mean, you can use it if as long as it looks good, right? You can just use it. But yeah, I think for when the knee is not on the floor, I want to try to keep it. Yeah, not using that one. And yeah, like I think, yeah, the other foot, I'm gonna also plant it on the floor. Yeah, let me also ask Animbot about the rotation order if I can make it a bit better for me here. Cool, yeah.
I have a question about when you use the atom bar, like choose what kind of rotation or translation, like direction that you like what makes you like choose the different one? Like for example, you just choose one that directly by.
The one that, yeah, so
yeah.
because yeah, see how, yeah, let me go back, Control C, I think, see if it gets to the old one or it does. Okay, yeah, so this is the one I had.
Mhm.
And because I always work on gimbal. Some people like to
Yeah.
work on, yeah. So yeah, I always work on gimbal just to see what's happening, right? Gimbal. So yeah, posting it like right when the axes are like this to me is kind of, yeah, it kind of bothers me
Really
because
pain.
right, yeah. And then if you go, yeah, since I discovered this tool, I use it all the time. So you come here and you choose, yeah, you can choose, yeah, there are different options, but here, control, rotate, order. If you come here down here, you see all keys or current key. I go to all keys because it changed the whole animation without messing it up. So it's gonna, here it says Y, C, X, and it says best. So I choose this one because it says best. So Animbot, mathematically, whatever
Those best.
yeah, because the other ones here it says okay. I always choose the one that says best. And normally, at least so far, see how maybe in previous poses I go back now and it's messy, but see how I actually, yeah, I like much better here, right? I can see all the axes. So yeah, I always choose when I do this, I go there and rotate order and I choose the one that says best. And I always choose under all keys because you can, yeah, if you say current key, actually, I'm not sure. I guess it doesn't change for every, I don't know. I always choose the one where it says all keys because I know in my previous animation it's not gonna mess up things. Because if you go to, I would change manually here the rotate order that I decide that is better, it will mess up my previous animation. But Animbot does like the mathematics or whatever and adjust everything so that my previous keys look as I have post them before. So
Gotcha.
so yeah, that's the one that I choose, and yeah, that's the reason. I've been using it for a while, and yeah, normally it works pretty good. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, personally, I like that tool. Also works to change the maybe yeah. For example, when I was talking about the head, the how it's called, the orientation. You can also go there and tell them now maybe okay, now I want the head to be not following the chest but being in wall space. So if you come here and use, that would be here where it says follow rod. Well, I guess here we have to choose the master, because the master is the one I animated. I think when it was flying. But anyway, here you can change the orient, like the orientation, and it will switch it in your whole animation without destroying it. So yeah, I use it for that sometimes as well. But for sure, the rotation order. Okay. Maybe something like this. Okay. Yeah, let me start just posing this a little bit better, the body, because yeah, I think we need to get, yeah, here is, for example, it's really clean, a nice line, like from here to here. This line is really clean, or even this one. So let me see if I can get, yeah, something like this. Because right now mine is, see how it is. It's not as nice as in the reference. Is pretty cool, this. So I'm gonna try to get that. Yeah, so yeah, I think I can. Yeah, maybe. So let me see if the control that I was saying. Yeah, I think that's something, but it doesn't really yeah, it's not, it doesn't move the whole mass. And this one, this kind of moves the chest. So yeah, I guess I need to use the other, a combination of things. Yeah, because this one kind of, yeah, it's actually just moves this part here, like the thinner part of the body. So yeah, I think I'm gonna push. So rotate the pelvis maybe this way. Okay, maybe rotate this way. And now with this control, I think rotating it up. Because I kind of want to maybe can move the body up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just worried these arms, they are so stretched. They look so long. Maybe I can move the arms also slightly a bit more here. Also, yeah, let me also maybe move the body lower a little bit, like a little bit lower. Yeah, maybe I want a bit too high there. Yeah, I think I could do this and maybe rotate it like that. Yeah, okay, I think this could, something like that could work. Yeah, and then I might tweak some of those controls there. And now, yeah, maybe if I use the shoulders, I think that we could, that could work. And yeah, probably just using the translate on this as well. Yeah, the head, let's make him look forward, like a little bit more forward instead of that down, that much down, and like that. Yeah, and I will adjust the legs too a little bit more, I think. Okay, and so let's do the shoulder. Yeah, probably for poses like this, again, I'm gonna maybe use this control because it's kind of very easy to pose and you get the, if I want a little bit of bend, I will just get it. So if it looks good, that doesn't look like I make the arm super long, I'm just gonna use that. Yeah, and maybe I can move the shoulder, a bit lower, and the other one too. The other shoulder, as we don't see that part as much, maybe I can cheat it more. Yeah, it looks pretty long to me. Maybe I should change the body position a bit more. Maybe that's what we can do is also move him more forward. Yeah, I think okay, actually that might be it, because now he's closer to the edge, so it's not as cheated. Okay. Yeah, not solely. Yeah, that hand was a little bit too low. I'm gonna push the fingers a little. Just curl them. Yeah, sometimes I don't select the last one because the last one is for to translate. Yeah, it doesn't have a rotation because just at the tip. Okay, let's do the other arm. I think it's gonna work now. You also actually in that pose is still not really touching. See how? Yeah, if you look at this. So maybe that it's maybe that let's do that. Maybe just the tips are touching, but not the whole hand. So if we do that, it will look a little bit less long. I'm gonna delete this. That's a line that I drew before. Okay. Yeah, for this, I'm gonna extend these ones a bit. Yeah, and also we could do a fingers pass later. We can leave that for, yeah, for more like a refined pass. Okay, yeah, leave this. Yeah, I'm gonna tweak the shoulder a bit more, maybe a little bit higher. And the legs, I think. Yeah, that back foot, I'm gonna, yeah, push it more like in the reference, so that heel is more screen left. So I'm gonna try, see if I can, yeah, I also think it's more to roll, and it's, I don't know if there's this control to I don't know what it's called, but you can kind of pivot from the, no, it's not this, pivot from the toes, as all, yeah, as all the ribs have different, no, it's not that one. Maybe, no, I think it doesn't have, so maybe I just will rotate, or heel roll, no, tilt, maybe it's tilt. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is the one that I want, tilt. Yeah, like, I think rigs, yeah, they have different names for this on the attributes. So yeah, I think that's what I want. Maybe I need to push it down a bit. Actually, maybe it's a bit too much, the tilt. Okay, let's leave it like that. And the other foot, I like to that I can see the shape like the knee, right? It's not like, because in my pose I don't see very well. Yeah, actually look at the knee. Maybe that's why. This one. No, this one. Yeah, because it's behind. Okay. Maybe I need to cheat something there, or move that foot. I need to go back and tweak the previous pose. Actually, maybe if I use that tilt in this pose also works. Tilt here. Sure. Okay, another thing that I think we can work is maybe rotate the pelvis a little bit like that. Yeah, I think that. And now, yes, or I will use, I want to use the pole vector, but otherwise I can use the green control. Okay, I think, yeah, it's a bit harder because he has like more room under his chest. Actually, okay. Yeah, maybe if I put this a bit like that. Yeah, I would like to have a, yeah, and maybe, yes, yeah, putting the leg there is better. Okay. And I think I need to check a little bit the previous pose just for the foot. And, you know, I'm gonna move the hip up. Maybe that can help to get a nicer shape. That. Wow, okay, I think it's pretty much there. Okay, I'm gonna save this one. I think this hand can be a little bit more screen left. I'll go that. The previous pose, we can tweak a bit. Maybe this hand can be, yeah, farther forward. Actually, now that I see it, kind of like this arm is reaching forward, and yeah, I want to just cheat with the shoulder. Okay. And this hand, I'm gonna move it also a little bit more screen left. Because okay, he was coming from that pose, this. And I think in this pose, this arm also need to be a little bit more screen left. Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth as I adjust things. Okay, here, I think I definitely need to also cheat this arm. So I'm gonna use this one. Okay, I think now it's flowing better. And now we want to this pose. Yeah, okay, let's go next pose. After this, I'm gonna save.